Sorry, not sorry after the outburst, am I right? Yes, pun intended, obviously, and sorry for starting the video like that. I know that it's a sour way to start a video. But anyways, what's up? How are you? I'm Adrian, and welcome to the weekend recap where we go over the top 4 leagues from around Europe. We used to do 5, but we dropped France because of things like this. And this. PSG retained their 13-point lead at the top of the table, having played 2 matches less than second place Lille. If they win those 2 matches, yikes, a 19-point lead will open up. Still rings true today. And the weekend recap is made possible thanks to the homies at OneFootball, who provide the best app in the game for all the latest football news, including transfer news and rumors, live match tickers, highlights, customizable news feeds, and so much more. Free download in the description for both iOS and Android. All right, the match that a lot of people were looking forward to this weekend, Chelsea versus Arsenal, and I won't dwell too long on the actual goings-on of the match because there was only one team on the pitch, really, Arsenal. Perhaps that's a little harsh on Chelsea, actually, to be honest with you, but they were absolutely lifeless. They didn't even generate a shot on target in the first half. Arsenal, on the other hand, were buzzing around Chelsea with ease, and Hector Bellerin would mark his return to the Arsenal 11 with an assist for Lacazette just 14 minutes in. Mind you, Lacazette still had a ton to do once he received the ball, but still. Bellerin strikes again, his 5th assist of the season, just one behind Jose Holebas as far as assists amongst defenders go. Holebas of Watford, of course. He has 6 assists. In fact, here's some quick trivia for you. Eden Hazard has the most assists in the league with 10, while Leroy Sané and another individual are tied for second with 9. Who is that other individual? I'll give you a few seconds here. 5, 4, 3, 2. It's Ryan Fraser from Bournemouth. Did you get it right? Thought so. Absolute alphas here, just the smartest. Okay, so anyways, Arsenal would extend their lead in the 39th minute when Koscielny, aka Daddy Kos, aka my facial hair inspiration, didn't just go ahead and head home from a free kick like some NPC normie. No. He went for the often underused shoulder barge of a goal, and to devastating effect, 2-0 Arsenal, and that was the final score. Chelsea continued to do nothing, getting only 1 shot on target in the entirety of the match. They had a ton of possession and controlled the match well, strictly in that regard, but what they did with that possession was completely useless. It never looked like it would come to anything. Chelsea were really dying for a striker today, begging for someone to go on the end of those squared balls and crosses that were finding nobody. Someone like Higuain would do, but I'm not sure that that would have won the match had they had him in there, you know? And why do I think that? Well, I'll pass that on to Sarri. He was none too pleased, but just listen to this. Well, listen to me repeating what he said because I don't want a copyright strike. Sorry, a copy strike. Quote, "Today I prefer to speak Italian for my press conference because I want to send a message to my players and want to be very clear. I don't want to make a mistake with my English. I'm extremely angry, very angry indeed." I love the indeed there. "This defeat was due to our mentality. I can't accept it. We had similar issues against Tottenham in the League. It appears this group of players are extremely difficult to motivate. These players don't have a ferocity. It's the type of players they are. This is a team that's never going to be known for its battling qualities." Oh! Ouch, man. And if I may quote one more quote here, I know, I'm sorry, but Martin Keown pointed out that, quote, "Everything at Chelsea is short-term except for the players. He's gone to war with the players now. Is he going to survive this? This is a very dangerous game as these players have won out over far more, perhaps not superior managers, but managers that have won far more titles than Sarri and his 0 trophies. And you know what? This is the 3rd manager now that has had a big problem with the Chelsea players. They completely gave up on Mourinho. They had a problem with Conte. And now Sarri is saying how difficult it is to motivate these players. Who's culpable here? Who's the individual or individuals, I guess, who are creating this environment of lethargy, and what's the aid? What do you do to fix this? It's clear that Chelsea has some great assets in their squad, but they also need to clean house a bit. Who exactly? I don't know, but there's some that are too comfortable that have been here since Mourinho's 2nd time in charge of the club. Fabregas is gone now, and he was rumored to be one of the rats when Mourinho was there, so he's out. Willian is still there and probably should leave. Who knows, maybe Hazard is secretly one of the problems there, as he's mentally over it with Chelsea and just wants to move on to Madrid now. The point being, there's some players that are far too comfortable there. Whatever it is, it's no coincidence that 3 managers now have had the same problem with this squad. So now I pass it to you. Chelsea fans and non-Chelsea fans alike, what needs to happen at Chelsea to 1, help with this toxic, for lack of better words, sort of locker room atmosphere, and 2, which players do you think are the problem ones that need to bounce from the blue side of London? Alright, so in other matches, Manchester United played at home to Brighton, who, despite their place in 13th, I find that Chris Hughton always seems to set up his team to be a test for the bigger sides, and this match was no different. Pogba won a penalty and converted it as well, his 8th of the season so far, which equals his best ever league tally. He's hit 8 on 2 other occasions, but has never bettered that. By the way, he's been involved in 9 goals in 6 matches under Solskjaer now, as he's thriving alongside the homie Marcus Rashford. Speaking of Rashford, he scored a stunner, also his 8th in the Premier League this season, and despite Pascal Gross pulling one back, United get the win. A historic one at that, as Solskjaer became the first manager in United's history to win their first 6 matches in the Premier League, and just the 3rd in Premier League history to win their first 6, behind Carlo Ancelotti and Pep Guardiola. So he's keeping some pretty decent quality. Company. God. Across all competitions, of course, Solskjaer has won 7 straight, and things are looking better there. That's for sure, as United next will play Arsenal in the FA Cup. Tough run of matches for Arsenal. Liverpool had a scare against Crystal Palace. I mean, who doesn't, as those guys are always gagging to make things difficult for the big boys of the league. Sakho should have been sent off in the first half for this absolutely horrendous challenge on Mo Salah. That's a career ender. You can tell by Salah's face that it was a genuine attempt not at the ball, but on Salah's life. Despicable. No place for that in the game. It was a wild match, a 7-goal thriller with Liverpool coming out on top, but it wasn't easy by any means. 4-3, 2 from Salah, and 1 each from Firmino and Mane, with James Milner seeing red in the 89th minute. That set the tone for City, who didn't play until Sunday, but still pushed 3 unanswered past a Huddersfield team that is vacant managerially and seemingly vacant squad-wise as well. Has anyone seen these guys? Because they're winless in 10 matches now and have a pitiful 11 points from 23 matches. And I know what you're asking. Adrian, the great mathematician, the descendant of Archimedes, only you can tell us how many points per match that averages out to. Well, you're right, and it averages out to 0.48 points per game for the Terriers. So if you apply that to the remaining matches, then you could come out with about 17 points by season's end. A beautiful mind. Let's put it in stone. My guess is that they will end with 21 points and get relegated, like I said in my predictions, right? Speaking of 7-goal thrillers, by the way, Wolves were on the winning side of a 4-3 win over Leicester, in which Diogo Jota scored a hat-trick, which he capped off, pun intended, bro, in the 93rd minute to win the match. Insanity, man. Leicester equalized in the 87th, and by the 93rd, they had lost. And finally, because I've been talking Prem way too long here, went on a tangent there with Chelsea, Tottenham went to Craven Cottage with neither Son nor Kane available, so that meant that the burden of scoring fell on big boy Llorente, and as my man Thiago put it, pretty sure that's not what Tottenham fans meant when they asked Llorente to please score. But Dele put them back at square one, a good thing in this case, and Harry Winks gave them the win in the 92nd minute. Damn. Late drama this weekend, eh? By the way, that was the first time that Spurs had won a Premier League match without Kane and Son since 2014, according to Opta, which is easy to believe because Son arrived in 2015, but alright Opta, keep doing your thing, man. Love it. So, Liverpool retained their 4-point lead over City with 60 points, Tottenham in 3rd, Chelsea in 4th, but now just 3 points ahead of Arsenal and United. And also, I tweeted this out earlier, but my prediction of Chelsea finishing 6th doesn't seem too crazy now at this point, no? Okay, Serie A returned for 2019 and Roma continued their decent run of form. 4 wins from their last 6 with a 3-2 win over Torino. Torino has had a pretty whatever season. They're currently in 11th while Roma dropped as far as 14th earlier this season, but has slowly been climbing back up the ladder and currently sitting 4th. God, what is happening to me? My voice, like now I'm choking on water? Come on, man. But you guys get it raw, uncut. Well, relatively uncut. Their climb has been mirrored by the fact that their starting lineups have been getting younger and younger. And against Torino, Nicolo Zaniolo became the youngest player to score a brace in the Serie A so far this season. Inter and Sassuolo played out a bore 0-0 draw, while Fiorentina and Sampdoria played out the complete opposite of that with a 3-3 draw. And shout out to Atalanta as well, as they smacked up the absolute punching bags that are Frosinone 5-0. Juventus and Milan play today against Chievo and Genoa respectively. Interesting to see if Piatek suits up in the latter and who he will be suiting up for, as it looks like he's set to be a confirmed Milan player any second now, if he hasn't already by the time this video goes up. So that left Napoli and Lazio as the marquee match on Sunday, end of the weekend to be honest with you. And thanks to 2 first half goals from Napoli, they came out on top of a 2-1 match. Great goal by Callejon for the first one, and Milik, a beauty of a free kick. And to be honest, they should have had a lot more, as Napoli hit the woodwork 4 times in this match, which has got to be a record for a single match this season, no? Let's pretend it is. Let's create our own reality in which it is a record. I feel like it is though. Has anyone hit the post 5 times in one match in the Serie A? And jumping to Germany, Borussia Dortmund have truly created a reality in which they are the favorites to win the Bundesliga, as we are officially over 50% finished the season. That's just more incredible math from your favorite mathematician, Adrian, right there, figuring out how far along in the season we are. Well, anyways, Dortmund had a tough match away to RB Leipzig, who coming into this were undefeated at home, one of 3 teams who were undefeated at home. Well, Dortmund continued to find a way to get results as they won 1-0 with Lucas Piszczek setting up Axel Witsel for the eventual winner in the 19th minute. Axel Witsel turning out to be a great signing over at Borussia Dortmund. The day before that, Bayern Munich looked comfortable away to Hoffenheim as Leon Goretzka scored a brace for the first time in his Bundesliga career, but it was the 3rd goal that Bayern scored that was something to behold, man. The ball over the top from James, who's looking like he's going to stay now. The first time volley, squared ball by Müller, and the calm finish from Lewandowski. 3-1 was the final, and Bayern are looking good these days. A lot to be positive about for Bayern fans, especially with the young talent coming through. Despite, as I said, Dortmund being the favorites, it really wouldn't surprise me if Bayern get a vital win over Dortmund in April and find a way to steal the title. It's just a vibe I'm getting. I hope that they don't, simply for the sake of the league, as it would be nice to have a different champion, but they just seem to be trending in the right direction. Have a fresh crop of youth propelling the older guys forward and ensuring they aren't too comfortable, like at Chelsea, have 7 wins and 2 draws since their last loss. I don't know. I would be a little nervous if I was a Dortmund fan. Okay, I gotta wrap this up because this is going way too long. So just a quick look into Spain and then I'll send you on your way. No bonus league this week. I'm sorry. It's not a guarantee every week, guys. The future home of Alvaro Morata, Atletico Madrid. They were playing away this weekend to SD Huesca, and they of course kept their impressive 17-match unbeaten run intact with a 3-0 victory. Their longest under Simeone was 20 matches, by the way. Griezmann didn't keep his scoring run going as he hit the woodwork, but Santiago Arias put in another solid performance, grabbing a goal for his trouble, and Lucas Hernandez scored his first ever goal for Atletico, and it only took him 107 appearances, so congrats to Luca Hernandez. Real Madrid were made to work, but they'll be very happy that they were able to overcome a sort of struggling Sevilla side that is now winless in their last 4 matches. Luka Modric scored again, the first time in his career that he has scored in the back-to-back La Liga matches. He looked energized for that one, as he looked like he had quite the World Cup hangover in the opening stages of this season. 2-0 win. Everybody's happy in Madrid. Both sides of Madrid are happy. And finally, why am I doing this? I'm like, bow to your sensei. Barcelona rested Messi for their new camp encounter with Leganés, at least initially, as he did make an appearance for the final 25 minutes, since Barcelona found themselves in a bit of a pickle, needing a goal, and they found it via Luis Suarez. But that wasn't enough, as in stoppage time, Messi just couldn't help himself. Dude is insane. I swear he's getting better as he gets older. That was his 22nd goal that he scored as a substitute in La Liga across his career. And by the way, a special mention to Ousmane Dembele. He scored again, and again, he made me wonder why people were getting so nervous about him. He's young, he's still interested in being a great footballer, and he's putting in great performance after great performance. Let him play a little Fortnite. But seriously, he scored 3 in his last 2 matches and has been involved in 8 goals in his last 10 matches, which is not bad at all. Alright guys, how's the runtime here, Editor Adrian?
I mean, we went a little long, but it's because you talked about Chelsea for so long.
Okay, well, whatever. Just do your job and don't complain. Okay, guys, thanks once again for spending some of your Monday morning or afternoon or evening with me, and I hope that it wasn't too painful for you. More videos coming this week from me, the real Adrian, not like that fake editor Adrian.
Dude, we're the same person. Why are you...
I don't want to hear it, dude. All right, guys, enjoy your day. Subscribe if you're new. Say hi if you are new and maybe introduce yourself in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one. Later.